Heaven's California.
Hey guys, so today I'm going to be reacting to Dark Matter. This video was suggested by Sammy Heath. Put it right here. 4 extremely disturbing and haunting murder confessions. It's about 16.5 minutes long. This video should be something. Extremely disturbing and haunting murder confessions, so of course, murder. I'm going to give that a like right away, because why not? And not too much to say really, so I'm just going to get into it.
There is little more disturbing than hearing the confession of a murder. So, from the teen who tasted his mother's brain to the man who planned to eat a child, join us. On March 27th, 2014, 18-year-old Kevin Davis brutally murdered his mother, 50-year-old Kimberly Hill.
Why?
In an interview, he explained that after he'd asked for her permission to commit suicide, he was surprised that she reluctantly agreed.
What?
Seemingly because of this, Davis then killed her.
Oh my god.
I tried to strangle her with a cord. Ripped the cord from a video game console controller.
Are the guys like, yeah, like what?
She's sitting on the couch watching TV. Okay. That didn't work out too well. She started screaming, and so
Well, yeah.
I went to her room.
A hammer?
The drawer at the very bottom to the right. I pulled out a hammer. I went back into the living room, and well, you kind of get the gist from there. And she was out pretty quickly.
So when you dragged her to the living room, I mean to the bedroom, you kept on hitting her then?
Yeah, kind of.
That's
Oh my god.
That's when you reached in and grabbed her brain?
Her brain?
Yeah, I kicked at it a bit. Then I just, that was kind of silly, but then yeah, I just decided to reach in and kind of just do it.
Mm-hmm. And then what did you do after that?
Then I had sex with her corpse, actually.
What?
Oh yeah, I lost my virginity to a corpse.
Oh my god. What the fuck? Okay, I have a lot of thoughts on that one. Well, not a lot, but...
In March 2015, court workers arrived at the house of 35-year-old Mitchell Blair to serve her an eviction notice. However, they instead discovered the bodies of 2 children, both stuffed inside a deep freezer.
What the fuck?
It was soon found that these were 9-year-old Stephen Berry and his sister, 13-year-old Stoney Blair, Mitchell's son and daughter. Later, in interrogation, she claimed that 3 years earlier, her youngest son had told her that Stephen had raped him. Whatever the case, Mitchell proceeded to torture Stephen for the next 2 weeks, strangling him with her belt and pouring scalding water over his genitals.
Oh my god.
As expected, he eventually succumbed to his injuries and was placed in the freezer.
What the fuck?
9 months later though, Mitchell's son revealed that Stoney had raped him as well. Because of this,
Ripped or
he
raped?
starved,
I can't understand
beat,
him.
and tortured her until finally she died sometime after.
What the fuck, man?
Can you talk me through the type of abuse that you had to suffer as a kid,
You mean sexual abuse?
if that's what happened?
That definitely did happen to me. That's why I know exactly how would have grew up. I told my mother what happened to me, and the only thing she said was, "It's over with, so what the you want me to do about it?" What do you mean what I want you to do? You get what I'm saying? So all I could do is go back and sit in my room and just sit there and look stupid. I'm a kid, and I'm just telling you what happened to me. You didn't do about it. And plus, I still had to see the person coming in and out my house. You're still friends with that person.
So do you believe that the violent person you went on to become you were a product of your own childhood?
I mean, everybody have choices, so I can't just blame all that on my mom because I was still an adult. Maybe I should have tried hard to get over that. But anybody who knows me, that touching the kids, the molesting, that no. So yeah, that's the problem. And this is what can happen to a kid when like that goes. And this is the part that really gets me. I used to tell her, rape is the worst thing you can do. Just make you. I tell her all the time. They used to make me feel like I was nothing. It made me feel like I wasn't. You turn around and you do that to my son, you knew exactly what she was doing to him. She knew exactly what the fuck she was doing to him. So yeah, I don't care what anybody think. She had to go, period.
Why did you take the decision to pile the bodies on top of each other in a freezer?
What do you mean?
Why did you do that?
Well, I only had one deep freezer. I mean, take the decision to pile the bodies on top of each other. Where was she gonna go?
How did you conceivably sleep at night?
I slept well. Of course, at first I cried. It was up because I had to let go of all of that.
I'm doing my best, Michelle, to listen to what you're saying. However, I need to know that you also accept that you had a number of other options open to you, other than the extreme violence with which you decided to act.
What do you mean accept it?
You had a number of other options.
There were no other options. I'm not playing crazy. I wasn't in depression.
I'm kind of confused.
It's no excuse for rape.
She killed her kids because
Period.
what? I'm lost.
According to police reports, you ordered your eldest daughter to physically lift the body of one of your children.
No, I didn't tell her to lift the body.
Can you
You're
imagine?
talking about.
You
No, I
want
didn't
to
tell
talk
her to
about your
lift the body.
surviving children, though, Michelle? You did never consider turning yourself in?
If my son told me that he did not want me to go after what happened with Stephen, after I killed son, do you really think I was about to turn myself in because of her? Hell no. No. No.
And you feel no remorse for that?
I would kill him again.
Okay, so after this video's done, I'm gonna go back because then if I do it now, then I'm not gonna know how to edit
On
it,
December
so-
2nd, 2016, 19-year-olds Liam McCasney and Preston Taylor murdered their childhood friend, Sarah Stern. Incredibly, Liam's confession of this murder was secretly captured by his former friend, Anthony Curry.
It's common film.
Yeah, and dude, alright, so I'm hanging out with her. She has, we went to the bank, she took some money out, not all of her money. We're counting it out, and then she goes to walk out the front door. I took her out, drag her. My biggest problem
Why?
is dog, and her dog laid there and watched as I killed her. Didn't do anything.
Really?
And it took me a half an hour to kill her. I thought I was going to be able to choke her out and have her out in like a couple minutes.
And why'd you kill her?
Or you had her so tight that it was like... I pretty much hung her, like... I picked her up and had her just
Dang,
off the ground, and she just pissed herself. And you lose control said my name, and then that was it. So then I got a shirt, and I just shoved it down her throat so she wouldn't throw up or anything, and held my finger
Oh
over
my
her
god,
nose,
what the hell?
and set a timer.
What the hell is
That's
with
the
these
only
people?
time I had my phone. And it took me like a half an hour after I hit start on the timer. But I took her out, dragged her into the back, put her in the bathroom, and then I had to go straight to work. So Preston came over, took the body
What the
from
hell?
the bushes, and then I get off work that night.
So you kill someone and go to work.
Uh,
Oh my god.
Preston and I go over to her house, take her safe, bring that over to my house before we do anything. Then we take her body out of the bushes and drag it over to her back fence, and I crawl, get into her car, and I back up. There's a security camera across the street, so I had to act like her. I watched her every time she backed out. She does the same thing. So I backed out exactly like she did and drove off. Put her in the trunk? No, put her in the passenger seat of her own car.
What the hell?
So I
Oh my
was driving,
god.
and I had her buckled in the passenger seat. So she looks like she's just sleeping. She's just sitting up. And my plan was, for me, I underestimated my own strength and how much a dead body would weigh. Because it's limp weight. Yeah. I got up on top of the bridge to throw her off, and then Preston comes over the bridge, goes around, makes a U-turn, comes up behind me. The two of us throw the body over, and then we're out.
No, why'd you kill her?
You always think you're going to try these new things, and you're going to change. It didn't change. It just doesn't do anything.
Why'd you kill her though?
It's weird.
Did I miss that? I don't think you really have a good reason to kill anyone, really, to be honest. Like, Last one. Oh my goodness, what the hell, man?
On April 12, 2006, 10-year-old Jamie
2006.
Rose Boleyn went missing. 5 days later, her mutilated remains were found at the apartment of 26-year-old Kevin Ray Underwood. Underwood had strangled Jamie to death
Why?
and sexually assaulted her corpse. He then prepared to dismember her body, with the final intention of eating the remains.
Eating the remains?
Now, going back to the plan, you had the handcuffs and the duct tape.
Yeah, so what I was going to do is I was going to, like I said, yank him in there, restrain him, and then, after the sex, it would turn kind of violent. I'd start kind of torturing him a little and stuff like that.
How would you torture them?
Sticking large objects in their anus, causing them pain that way.
Pardon me?
The torture was kind of a late addition because at first I wanted the body to be pretty much unharmed. Because what I was going to do after that then was, while they were still alive and gagged, I was going to drape them over the bathtub and cut off their head.
Oh my
And
god.
then hang them there and let the blood all drain out, good and drained out. And I was going to keep the body around for a couple of days. I was going to set the head on my desk so it could watch me.
What?
And
What?
keep the corpse in my bed, sleeping with it, having sex with it for a day or two, and then I was going to start butchering them and cooking them. And hacksaw to cut open the head to get to the brain because I wanted to eat the brain and the heart and some of the organs. I had pretty much planned all along to probably get a kid, just mainly because they'd be easier to grab and easier to get rid of afterwards, smaller, and put up less of a fight. But
Did you find her attractive?
not really. No, she was kind of. Well, I don't know. She just had she was almost bald. She had really thin hair, really thinning hair, and she was a little chubby, and just kind of wasn't my type.
This is so fucked up.
Now, when did you come up with Wednesday would be the day?
Because what I really wanted to do, I had kind of planned it for that day, but I'd been planning it for every day for a month pretty much. On the first time she came home, before she went and changed clothes, she stopped, she saw me stand there, and she was just like, oh, this is horrible. I came home from school and realized I'd forgot my house keys at home and had to go back and get them, and she was just complaining about how hot she was, and anyway, she came downstairs and was still, she's like, oh, there's nothing when it's this hot, nothing good like a good, glass of ice milk. And she, kind of chatted for a minute and then asked to come inside and see my rat again. And she just sat there on the floor looking at my rat, and I just kind of struggled with myself the whole time she was in there. And
It was a struggle between right and wrong?
or kind of, yeah, both that and, not wanting to get caught. But yeah, it was partly because, I can't do this, I don't want to do it, but then, I want to do this.
And there's a little bit of fear, hey, if I do this, I might get caught.
Yeah, that was a large part of it too, but I was like, I better just knock her out, and, then restrain her while she's unconscious. And finally, I was just, look, either do it or tell her to get the hell out of the apartment, and finally I did it. And, as soon as I hit her,
What did she say when you hit her?
that's something that's, haunted me ever since it happened. She started yelling, I'm sorry, which, I'm just like, what is she sorry for? She
Yeah, why
didn't do anything wrong. It's me, I'm the one that should be sorry. Yeah, she, like I said, she jumped, she was yelling, God, I'm sorry, and, let me go, I won't tell. And, after I hit her a couple times, I finally just had to, jump up and grab her, and I couldn't believe how strong she was. I could barely hold her down. We flopped around. I've got pretty bad carpet burns on my knees from it. We struggled. It took me probably 15, 20 minutes to kill her. Then finally, when I was pretty sure she was dead again, I jumped up and grabbed the duct tape and put it over her mouth and nose because I was getting tired. My arms were getting sore from clamping down on her. And so I was going to drag her in there to the living room, but she, big for her age, paper said she's like 110 pounds, and I was having a hard time, flopping her over and rolling her around and dragging her around. And so I was like, well, it's a lot closer, and I don't want, she's already been dead maybe 10, 15 minutes, and so I don't want the blood to get all coagulated, so I'm just going to go ahead and drag her into the tub and behead her and then have sex with her body.
So you had trouble sawing her head off?
Yeah, that's what, I was trying to remember where I was. Yeah, I went, got, I guess, to her spine, and I just sawed and could not get it at last. And I was pretty much exhausted by then, and I decided that, so I went to try to get rid of the body, but then it was still bleeding too much, and the stomach contents were pouring out of the neck. And so I was like, well, I'm going to let it sit here for a few hours and coagulate some more, so maybe I can move it without it bleeding everywhere so much. So I just kind of went about my business with this. I closed the door because, the bathroom, because like I said, I was sick, sick to my stomach doing this. I didn't even want to, see the corpse. And, I just sat there at the computer for a couple hours, talking to her. I wasn't talking much because, I was. One thing about that same time, I was talking to her, but I was also occasionally stepping outside, helping them look for the girl. And then, like I said, I was stepping out there occasionally, acting, like I was keeping a watch for her in case she came back while Dad was gone, and talking to the manager and all that and stuff. And, I hope they find her soon. It's horrible. Just kind of setting up and making myself look concerned. And then, I went inside and finally finished cleaning up the body.
What the fuck did I just watch? Okay, well, the main question I have is why. The first one, I know why. So, gonna go through each and every story, try not to be too long. So, the first story, basically, he asked her mom if he asked his mom if he could commit suicide. She was like, yeah, sure. Okay, first of all, why the fuck would you say that to your own kid? Second of all, it doesn't mean you kill your mom for that. I mean, of course, I'd be pretty damn upset, but I wouldn't kill her, you know what I mean? Like, that's pretty fucked up. The second one is where I got freaking confused as hell. I don't know what the hell happened there. All I know is... Where is it? Or was that the first one? No, that was the second one. So I'm not going to add the whole thing again here, but I'm just going to try to, listen. Because I'm so confused. I need to watch this again just to kind of, see, what exactly happened here. Like, did the mom kill the two?
In March 2015, court workers arrived at the house of 35-year-old Mitchell Blair to serve her an eviction notice. However, they instead discovered the bodies of two children, both stuffed inside a deep freezer. It was soon found that these were 9-year-old Stephen Berry and his sister, 13-year-old Stony Blair, Mitchell's son and daughter. Later, in interrogation, she claimed that 3 years earlier, her youngest son had told her that Stephen had raped him. Whatever the case, Mitchell proceeded to torture Stephen for the next 2 weeks, strangling him with her belt and pouring scalding water over his genitals.
So
As
someone
expected,
abused them.
he eventually succumbed to his injuries and was placed in the freezer. 9 months later though, Mitchell's son revealed that Stoney had raped him as well. Because of this, she starved, beat, and tortured her until finally she died sometime after.
Alright guys, so I had to go in the basement just because my sister woke up. So basically, after another few minutes of listening and re-listening, just because I'm a bit tired, I also work today, so I'm off tomorrow. But anyway, so what I discovered is that Mitchell or whatever is like the mom, I'm pretty sure. And then Stephen, and then I forgot the girl's name. So there was 2 kids that were found in the freezer dead. So what I gathered, if anything, I'll play it again. I'm sorry if I sound so stupid, but I think I got it now. So what I see is like a younger son. I'm guessing she had 3 kids, but 2 of them were found dead because those 2 kids assaulted the younger one. So the mom killed them because they assaulted the younger one, right? That's kind of what I'm getting at, I think. That's what they said. If I'm correct, okay, cool, you don't need to say anything or just confirm in the comments below that I'm correct or something. And then as for the third story, I already kind of forgot what that one was about, so let me go back to that one. Again, I'm not going to add the thing, I'm just going to play it. Oh yeah, so I don't know why the hell, it's like a friend or something, and then I just killed her, I don't know why. Like, why are all these murders, like, for anyway? Like, you never really have a good reason to kill anybody. Like, the only reason I would say it's not even okay, but, like, it would somewhat understandable is that, like, someone kills, like, a family or something. Family friend or, like, a partner or some kind of whatever. And then it's like you want to kill them back. It's still not right, obviously, but, like, in that case, I would kind of get it. Because, like, you know what I mean, right? Like, obviously I'll be pissed, and maybe you'll be pissed enough to the point where, yeah. As for the last one, the guy who wanted to, like, chop off her head and make her watch and have sex with her for a few nights. What the fuck was that? Like, you guys saw my reaction. I was just like, what in the actual hell did I just watch? Like, what the hell, man? Like, what is going on? That's pretty fucked up. Like, that's not gonna... Oh my god. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, Jesus. Like, why, number one? Why, number two? And why, number three? Like, why did you commit murder? First of all, why did you do what you did afterward? Why do you want to have sex with her and then put her in the tub and cut her head off? And, oh, that's so gruesome. Like, what are you doing? Like, oh my god. What the fuck, man? Obviously, since they're all, like, thingy, I'm assuming they all got punished for it. Yeah, definitely life in jail for, like, every single one, because, like, that's freaking horrible. Like, what the hell are you doing? Or even a death sentence. Especially for that last guy, freaking, like, brutally murdering that poor girl, which was, like, 13 or 12 or something. Like, what the fuck? Okay, I'm done talking about this. This is just fucking me up now. I can't deal with this anymore. I can't. A pretty fucked up suggestion by Sandy Heath. A good video? Not really. Kind of, definitely did not like that, because obviously the stories and everything, that's just, do not want to hear shit like that. I understand, understandably so. Who the hell wants to hear shit like that? But anyway, I was gonna say I hope they're all okay, which obviously they're not. They're dead. But rest in peace to all of them. I hope the people that were responsible all got what they deserved. Jail, death sentence, whatever. And that's basically everything. If you have any more suggestions, something preferably not like this, tell me in the comments below. And yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace out.